Our next story is about Iran. There's a churn taking place in Tehran's corridors of power. On Saturday, Iran's finance minister was fired. He was impeached by their parliament. Then yesterday, there was a second ouster. Iran's vice president for strategic affairs tendered his resignation. The VP was Mohammad Javad Zarif. He's a former foreign minister, the one who helped finalize the 2015 Iran nuclear deal between Tehran and the West. So he was someone well known to Western nations, someone who had worked with them before. Now he has been ousted along with Iran's finance minister. And this is quite significant because while these ousters may seem like local Iranian politics, they have wider implications for the world. You see, both the ousted men were reformists. They were people trying to renew Iran's ties with the West and find a way out of the never-ending sanctions. They were handpicked by Iran's president, Masoud Pezeshkian. Pezeshkian won Iran's presidential election last July on a moderate platform. He had proposed working with the West, possibly on another nuclear deal to get them to ease sanctions. Now, this rhetoric was part of the reason why Pezeshkian was elected. So after he won, he set up his team accordingly, including the two people who were fired this weekend. The first target, Iran's finance minister, was ousted by parliament. Iran's parliament is full of Pezeshkian's opponents, hardliners. They don't want Iran to improve ties with the West. So they targeted the finance minister over the worsening state of the economy. And it wasn't a bad excuse. Iran's currency has crumbled. $1 US was worth 950,000 riyals. A dollar was about 600,000 riyals when Pezeshkian took office in July. So the currency is falling, and this has contributed to inflation, which is rampant in Iran. Inflation stands at about 35%. But inflation is not a new problem for them. It's been a problem for years. What's new is how Iran's hardliners have weaponized it to undermine the president's government. The president tried to defend his man by pointing at the real problem.
We are in a full-scale war with the enemy. We must take a war formation, and in this situation, blaming each other will not solve the problem.
Pezeshkian was urging unity against the enemy. That means the US. Because even though he wants to work with the West, he doesn't consider them friends, especially US President Donald Trump. Days after taking office, Trump brought back his maximum pressure policy. He doubled down on the sanctions, causing the Iranian economy to spiral further. It knocked the wind out of Iran's sails, derailing any chance of rapprochement.
I believed it's better to talk to the US, but the Supreme Leader said we will not talk with America. So I announced we will not talk with America.
So Donald Trump's actions angered Iran's supreme leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, and Khamenei told Pezeshkian not to talk to the US. The reformist president's entire agenda was undermined, and his hardliner opponents were emboldened. Iran's hardliners are now circling Pezeshkian like a pack of hyenas, picking off his allies one by one. First, it was the finance minister, then yesterday it was the former diplomat. Iranian reformists believe that more impeachments will follow, setting the stage for a hardliner takeover.
Merci beaucoup. Hi, how are you?
Very well, thank you.
Thank you for being here.
Namaste, Mr. President.
Bharat Kelogan, Komeri Namaste.
How many people generally follow you in interviews?
Typically in a month, we have viewers up to 150 million. That's more than twice the population of France. And in the last 2 years, we had 3 billion viewers. So I say, Laurent, this is your chance to be famous. You're on Firstpost. One word to describe your equation with Prime Minister Modi.
Amitié.
As India and France work together, are you creating a new era of non-alignment in the technology space?
India is a training superpower. 1 million engineers a year, more than all of Europe and the US combined. So we have that partnership. We have a partnership on the environment and the economy. We also have civilian nuclear programs, and that is something we've developed far beyond the France-India relationship. So we want to work together on AI.
And then comes China with its DeepSeek creating models at a fraction of the cost. Did that innovation take you by surprise? Did that breakthrough make you sit up and think, what did the Chinese do and how?
But what did DeepSeek do? They took everything that was already available from the last AI model and then they recalibrated it.
So are you going to ban Chinese AI in France?
So we don't have this American approach of banning tech because of where it comes from.